Hello, Da Vinci. Welcome back. This is our Tuesday, 26th of January's English lesson. And the learning objective is, can I describe the features of instructional writing? So this is our text map. So yesterday, there was a video that we were all instructed to watch for our English lesson yesterday that was learning our new text map with Mrs. Gabella. You need to have watched that video all the way through, start to get to know what the actions are and what the text map is saying before we move on. There's also the video in this week's playlist that shows you what our text map is based off, which is the astronaut Chris Hadfield, who is brushing his teeth. So let's move on for today's lesson. You will need your listening ears and your magnet eyes, okay? So all you're going to need. Yesterday, you started to learn the text map with Mrs. Gabella. Our text map is about writing instructions on how to brush your teeth in space. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the features of instructions. So the title, How to Brush Your Teeth in Space. That is our title. And my dog's behind me making a bit of noise. You might have seen him on yesterday's Wellbeing Zoom. Instructions will usually have a title explaining what you're making or what you're going to be doing. So our title, How to Brush Your Teeth in Space. The introductory paragraph explains it in more detail. Have you ever wondered what it's like to brush your teeth in space? Sorry, I'm back. My dog was complaining lots and lots and lots, and I had to go take him out. So, have you ever wanted to know how to brush your teeth in space? Did you know that in space there is zero gravity, which makes it difficult to brush your teeth? If you are lucky enough to go to space, you will need to read the following instructions. That's our first introductory paragraph. It tells us all about what we're going to be listening or reading about in our instructions. So, next page. Here we go. The next section, you might have some bullet points of the things or the equipment that you will need. Sometimes they're labeled as ingredients. So you will need, and you can see it's like a bullet point for each one. So the things that we'll need for this one, a toothbrush, water in a sealed bag, a box of tissues, and toothpaste. The next section says steps that need to be taken. So first, take out your toothbrush and carefully place a pea-sized amount of toothpaste on your toothbrush. Then sensibly squeeze a small amount of water onto a toothbrush to make it wet. Next, put the toothbrush in your mouth and gently scrub for 2 minutes. Finally, take a tissue, wipe your mouth, and place the tissue into the disposable chute. Right, so after the list, there are steps. And these are the steps that you follow in order. They can sometimes be numbered, or they can use time sentence starters like the Lunar, when we used our time sentence starters first, next, then, after, finally. It may also be labelled as method rather than steps to be taken. The last section may be a top tip for carrying out the instructions. So our top tip is, remember to take your time while brushing your teeth so you don't offend the aliens with your bad breath. So that's our top tip. Here are some examples of instructions that you might find. So you may find here, Joe Wick's Healthy Bakes. These are baking instructions. So you can see we've got our title, our ingredients, and our method. We also have How to Play Go Fish, a card game. It's things that you need. You need these players, what you're going to be doing, what you need, your setup, and then the rules or your method of how to play the game. Here are some other instructions you might find. Sometimes instructions don't have words, but they have visual clues, pictures like Lego. They show you how to make it by putting in arrows and the pieces that you need. And origami. Origami also have steps to make it without having words sometimes. These are ones that you might have seen before. How to wash your hands. And it takes you 1, 2, all the way to 8 of how to wash your hands properly, with instructions on what to do in between. You might have also seen something like how to make a dump truck, and this is what you will need, the method, and the steps for you to be able to get it correctly. The things that you need to do in what order. There's also one that you might have seen of how to make a bird feeder. That's your title, what you need, and what you need to do in order to make it. Then you might have also done maybe one that's called a science experiment, where you're bending water with static. That's the title, what you need, and what the instructions are for you to do it. Your challenge for me today is to find different types of instructions at home. So you could look on your bookshelf. You could look where you keep your board games. You could have a search on the internet as well. You could upload the photos of what you find and record yourselves on Tapestry. I have one here, my can of sweet corn. On the side, it tells me how to cook my sweet corn. It says before heating, during heating, and after heating. They're my steps and tells me what I need to do. So you might find it on food, maybe pasta or rice. They might have steps of how to cook it. I look forward to seeing your work on Tapestry, of you recording yourselves, explaining what you found. Thank you very much, Da Vinci. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.